Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another Rainbow Six Summer League. We are now in week 2 watching the Conquistadors versus MeeveFeever. I am here with none other than the president of our club, Caden. How are you feeling today, man? Dude, I'm so ready for another game, man. I mean, the last week was so fun to watch. The other teams just coming back and just working as a team, and I'm just excited for the same thing again. I hope so too, man. All right, moving into the band phase here. You know, I'm leaning towards them as well. I feel like MeeveFeever is also a team that you just shouldn't doubt. I feel like Sprout on the enemy team, he coached at a diamond level on console a few years ago. And, he's definitely someone who could potentially be taking that in game leader role and helping his team, just plays a whole and potentially be the underdog in this series. Oh, I just hope they just swing, because on that ping, your peaker's advantage is incredibly high. So um not really. Haven't really seen an Osa ban yet, but I'm not really worried about that.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Alright, we do have sorry.
My magnets will protect us.
We do have Conquistador starting on defense for Oregon on the second floor here.
Loading new magazine.
Unfortunately.
Seconds remaining. 5 seconds to insertion.
Unfortunately, only see
Attacker's objective is to
Discord
locate a
at the
bomb and
moment.
defuse it.
So let's hear attackers starting. We're seeing somewhat of a regular lineup coming from both teams here. Meaning like they are starting to clear out first floor. Let's see if they can recognize the bandit, especially with this jackal.
Drone activated.
Recognize the flank here. Maybe on Jerome, it could be a pick coming out early in the series. Meeve taking a drone out for their team. Meeve already pushing up here. Trophy recognizes the shield inside attic, taking a short gunfight. Blandy on the thorn here, playing behind the shield, making sure to hold this trophy door. Pass also holding a double cross angle on this. I'm liking the approach the attackers are taking right now. They're taking the map relatively fast, but also not taking it too fast to the point where they're sacrificing their pride. Sophia taking a gunfight in the main. Meeve only an angle. Oh, just the timing misses the person in white. Huge nade from below. That's the denial off on the wall. Attackers should be starting to get breached soon. Yeah, Ace is starting to get his charges. Cass being forced to move out of his Polo. Close on trophy door here. You know, I'm kind of worried about Cass' health right now. Cass and Blandy both have very low speed. Oh, Joe getting picked here from Cool now. Bandit taking another swing from White. Conq takes the damage. Cass taking an aggressive angle. Let's see if they can rotating around towards Game's breach. Jackal doesn't notice that. Gets a nice pick there. Cass rotating, changing position yet again. Sprout getting a kill on Cool Cam here. Oh, 2-3 now. Hung getting a nice pick on Cass. Taking a ton of damage in that gunfight against Haha. The smoke towards a breach. Conq getting down here from Haha. Haha shooting down the breach on his shield so he can swing there. Down to 1v2 situation. 1v1 now. Blindy versus Sprout. Sprout taking out the Legion Mine. Diffuser is down so he can't go get it. Running through the smoke right now. Let's see if he... Baha with a great swing, getting the kill and securing the first round for the Conq tadors. You know, I'm liking how the defenders set up here. You know, Cass playing around the games and rotating to the trophy door, playing aggressive on both of these angles. And MeeveFeever just did not expect Cass to be there, allowing free picks.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Yeah. I wish Coolcam was able to maybe play a little bit more aggressive in the start of that round to potentially find that pick on Meeve, who's droning, just sitting in main. We're moving down to second round on basement. Relatively default hold here, seems as if defenders want to hold elbow. Having default holes across freezer alongside closet and electrical box as well. Seeing somewhat of the same exact lineup coming in from MeeveFeever. Meeve already playing aggressive into garage, getting droned in from their teammates.
Attackers recovered the bomb diffuser.
You know, I'm loving this. 30 seconds already have gone by in the round, and they have a ton of control. They already know that most of the first floor is clear, and they're already pushing down to start executing and taking more space. See Biggie Man's there, holding different angles across the map, making sure that no flankers come around and team.
Sending out RCE. Enemy spotted.
Zofia and the Forest playing near blue, trying to get that shield cleared from
Bomb
elbow.
located by attackers.
Unfortunate little impact there from Zofia. Floors and Womai taking a small gunfight here. Oh, breach pick. Oh, coming out on doors. Oh, 3. Oh my goodness. 2v5 now. Cass playing aggressive in this 2v5 situation, kind of concerning since two of his teammates are on very low HP, could instantly be changed into a 2v2 here. Biggie Man, especially with those Finka boosts, could be a potential threat for this team. Biggie Man's rotating around, trying to get different angles of execution. 1 minute left on the clock, 2v5 situation. Oh, was sprinting, gets a nice little pick on Cast here. 2v4 situation. Finka with yet another boost, unfortunately completely out. Pushing down with 45 seconds left.
A bomb has been located.
You know, I wish they were kind of playing together so they could play the refrag, but it seems like, oh, the little timing there. Nice little pick from Biggie Man's here. On the warm screen, he looks incredibly low HP. Blandy taking a little gunfight with Biggie. Both players very low on MeeveFeever. We have Joe pushing aggressively in the double hall. Unfortunately getting killed by Blandy and Freezer. Blandy getting yet another kill on Biggie, pushing down and secure the second round for the defense. You know, I'm liking the aggression of MeeveFeever. You know, they're taking a ton of control of the map, and they're just falling apart during the execute. I don't know if they maybe just don't have a well thought out of plan, or they don't have enough intel, but you know, it's something that they should look to improve.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Evil eye on watching.
Changing mag!
10 seconds to insertion. 5 seconds to go.
Setting down my +1. I'm on
My magnets will protect.
Definitely.
Attackers are moving out to locate a
Moving on to the third round here for the defenders and attackers. Seeing the kitchen hold here, as well as meeting. Seems like they are going to be holding vertical above the sites, which is a very common defensive strategy for this map. Right is on entry. Meeve taking
changing mags!
is already in essentially shower halls here, already in security. Oh my goodness, the defenders are just not really holding from space. Unfortunately, doesn't get that pick here. Meeve rotating around. Seems like this might be some sort of a very accelerated type of execute. Cass here definitely has to be shaking a little bit, unsure of where they're coming from. Little shooting the drone gives away his position.
drop the diffuser.
Meeve getting picked off first from the castle. And the Maverick gun getting picked off by Warm Creams on the Maestro. Joe holding from Freezer, trying to see if Cass would potentially swing aggressively. Hong taking a ton of damage in a gunfight against Cool Cam on the Alibi. 1 minute 30 left on the clock. You know, I'm wondering how they're gonna try and execute this without their Maverick or their Thornmite, honestly.
Attackers recovered the
I'm
diffuser.
reloading!
Fortunately, they did have the opportunity to pick up the diffuser. Baha was not really watching it continuously. You know, if they're trying to go for some sort of kitchen push, I would love for them to clear out second floor. Joe with a nice pick onto Warm here on the Maestro. Joe with another pick on Cass. Cool Care getting a refrag on Joe. Hong getting a pick off from second floor onto Baha.
Device planted! Move out!
Cool. A little bit of very far, meaning a ton of HP in the same floor. It's downed. Blandy playing the second floor angle, playing vertical. They do recognize this, and it seems like they're starting to try and at least rotate. Let's see if Blandy holds position. Hong getting a punch start on split, trying to go for some sort of
Bomb located by
plan
attackers.
inside meeting.
10 seconds to go.
Running aggressively in kitchen, gets picked
Attackers
off,
are
and Blandy going for the res here to make sure that he's up by one player. Hong rotating around outside the main, make sure to put down his air jabs to get off those sound cues.
Defenders
Cool
have
Cam
located
playing
the
aggressively
diffuser.
inside meeting, locating diffuser for his teammate. I want to see Cool Cam, yeah, try and get off intel with his death, and Blandy just coming off of it. Huge down here. Getting the kill. No, that's. I feel like
Disabled by defenders.
every team so far has
Defenders
fell
win.
into the just we're up by a ton of players, so let's just swing. You know, they were in a 2v4, 2v5, which fell down to essentially a 1v1 with the HP. So I mean, a lot of teams like just play slow, man. Don't force those picks.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Take care of the blastos. Magnet ready.
Exactly. I would just love to see like thermal breach on like a meeting single wall or something.
Wall reinforced.
Shield deployed.
We do see Meeve on the entry, so fortunately
10 seconds to
swinging
go.
or switching off of the hard breach onto Jackal,
5
which is
seconds to
definitely
go.
a little bit better to see. We see Hong picking up
Attackers are
the
moving
hard
out to
breach
locate a bomb
on
and defuse it.
MeeveFeever. We're seeing the same lineup on the Conq side, except for the Aruni. Meeve already inside the building, pushing up main stairs, getting the camera off, aggressively playing towards Trophy, notices that the Aruni gate is on Trophy, trying to find out if they can find some burn, notices the same exact shield setup as last time. Meeve rotating around to find out if there's electricity on the wall,
Activating
really,
adding some protection from grenades.
alright, telling their team back that there is. Sprout already inside garage, holding off the split angle, Joe rotating around into Z. Let's see if Cool Cam plays some sort of aggression here, and maybe potentially finds off a pick on the Ash. Thrown off though, starts getting hauled down very quick. Jackal just standing there, not even watching. That is such an unfortunate kill. Cool Cam just running away with that pick. I mean, defenders, that's what everyone wishes for. It's an early pick and you just run away. You don't need to do anything else. Sprout getting the electricity off the wall. Unfortunately misses it. So has to go back and use his second impact to get it off. Hong making sure that the bandit is no longer inside meeting. Planning up a flank drone for Meeve to watch over. We're in a 45. Cool Cam getting a pick off on Joe, the Ash. Unfortunately, I'm not liking the 3v5. Baja playing a little bit aggressive here on the breach. Seeing a nice little circle in the corner. Let's see if they can notice that he's prone. Starts backing off. He's scared of the shot. Maverick playing a little bit solo here.
Attackers bomb diffuser has been
Doing a little
dropped.
head high holds. 2v5. Blandy getting a pick off on Hong. That's no more breach for the attackers now. 55 seconds left on the clock. Mav going for some sort of desperation nade. Watching the
Bomb
flank.
located by attackers.
Seems like they do have the intel on a Sprout getting a pick off on Cool Cam. 45 seconds left on the clock. Seems like he is starting to rotate towards main stairs to try and have some sort of other side push. Baja getting a pick, dropping from the attic. 1v4 situation now with 30 seconds left.
Perimeter set.
You know, it's not looking very hopeful for MeeveFeever right now. Nice little pick on Blandy here, taking a ton of damage to the smoke, unfortunately. Making sure to watch his flank. Throwing a flank drone so he doesn't have to worry about it. 15 seconds, we see Cast and Warm playing aggressively on the attic, playing their double swings, bringing through the smoke, and gets killed by Warm. You know, it's not looking the best for MeeveFeever right now, Techno, to be completely honest with you. So
Defenders, protect
unfortunate.
your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Magnet deployed. Perimeter defense active.
Alright, moving on to the 5th round. We're seeing basement yet again. Against pretty much the same exact composition except for a Rooney instead of the Maestro here. Relatively the same default hold as well. We're seeing the Rooney gates go down on main stairs. Not main stairs, sorry, main. And freezer as well. Not sure where the other one is, but
5 seconds.
must be in a good spot.
Attackers are moving to defuse the
Seeing
bomb.
defenders grabbing all the hatches here. Not doing some sort of extended vertical hold, which we've seen some teams do in the past.
The attacker's bomb diffuser has been dropped.
Think of
Attackers
playing
have
in the
recovered
blue
their
here.
diffuser.
Seems currently solo. Joe, Meeve, and Sprout running outside as fast as they can to get to their team. Meeve working around the blue, playing with the Finka. Joe playing solo right now in tower, already walking in. We're seeing the Moosey. Oh, Porter with the early aggression, which unfortunately doesn't work out for him, getting picked off on the smoke nonetheless. You know, they already have control of blue, essentially. They don't have the threat of a shotgun there running close.
Enemy spotted.
Rooney did fortunately take that position, so Meeve getting another pick on Cool Cam. That's Bandit and the smoke down. Cass getting a pick off on Joe here. Playing from E-Box, playing aggressively, swinging out. Biggie Man's getting that, getting picked here. Cass somehow just runs back into E-Box without getting refragged. It's just unbelievable. Now it's just a 3v3 situation. They no longer have the Finka to boost their team. Cass under half HP here, getting stunned out by the Zofia, playing a little bit back, standing up his wide charges to make sure that does not happen again. Zofia does have the drone. I want to see if they use it. So gets down. Cass gets downed here from, I believe, blue. Sprout throwing his drone for a little bit of bait. Not really using it to drone though. Meeve playing aggressively into main. Here's the rotate. Oh, they just wait. Playing back. Just waiting for the team to just get up in somewhat good position. Sprout finishing the kill on the down player Cast. Sprout taking a ton of damage from the freezer hold. Landy just misses the player. Jackal getting down here by Warm Creams, playing inside the closet. 2v2 now with 45 seconds on the clock. You know, it's not looking very good for Meeve right now. They're up 4-2. Sprout getting the man down. Or Hong, sorry. Hong getting the refrag, unfortunately. Messed up the names, I apologize. Blandy and Hong in the 1v1 situation. 25 seconds left on the clock, so Hong does have a little bit of time to work with, trying to find out where Blandy is or find him in a position where he's comfortable planting. Blandy rotating around, unscoped though, and pretty sure they lost the gunfight due to that.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Very well done.
Deployed.
You know, we did see Hong earlier in the game with Godville Fan Club versus
Reloading now.
God, the enemy team name is slipping my mind currently. Team So Mid. We did see Hong substitute for one of the teams during that stream, and he did do pretty
10 seconds left.
well, I would say. So nice seeing Hong being able to secure that first win for MeeveFeever, which will be very helpful for when they switch over to defense here next round. Moving on to round 6, we do see yet again another basement hold going back, trying to find some success in the round that they just lost. Me breaking into garage, as we did see, or we didn't see last round actually. Sorry. We've already pushing in. Doesn't look like there's a drone droning them out, which is kind of question mark. You know, you usually want to see at least your hardcore or somebody droning you in to make sure that there's nobody spinning in cheeky angles. Joe playing here, trying to get the Mav off on the hatch here. Biggie playing a little bit aggressively, watching that blue door. Joe taking a ton of damage from a nitro early off. Me getting picked off on the tower stairs. You know, it's just too much aggression. Like, the team is not really ready to even support or pressure cast out from here. You know, the Rooney gate is still up. They haven't really gotten stunned out or forced out of their position, and maybe just a little bit aggressive. Cass losing that gunfight in the front of Kia is something you never really want to see. Smoke coming out from Baja playing Nova. You know, I'm waiting for a little Finka boost to get Joe up. There we go. Joe's finally getting somewhat breathable HP here. Joe droning down his teammate. We do see the holes watching towards tower here, which is something Sprout definitely has to look, pay attention to. Biggie playing aggressively on the shield. Unfortunately, losing that gunfight, getting down. Hong getting the refrag. Ruby playing aggressive here. Oh, huge picks here coming off from MeeveFeever. 4v1 now. Playing free, but getting a pick off on Hong. See if they can get another pick. Getting tagged up to very low HP here. Not a good situation if you are Blandy at the moment. Plant already going down, losing the gunfight on Joe. You know, it's I'm liking the aggression and teamwork that they just used in this push. You know, other than the other pushes they've had. The other pushes they've had, they would just get a pick maybe every few seconds or every 10 seconds or so. In this round, we just saw like 3 picks in a matter of 2 seconds.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Razor bloom going out.
Fist down. Go get him, mate. I'm dry.
They do indeed. And we are seeing a second floor hold here. Me playing the Mozzie, which is somewhat suitable with how aggressive they've been playing recently. We are seeing somewhat default picks coming in here from both teams.
Deploying jammer.
Meev playing a little bit of an aggressive angle in garage right now, trying to get some sort of early pick here. This could work out, unfortunately, if Iana does well into the trophy, or sorry, garage door. Does not, however. And we do still see Meev playing in the garage, not really falling back. I want to see how this plays off in the late mid game of the round. Meev going for a little peek here, trying to find if they can get a little pick on a drone or potentially sitting inside a tower. Unfortunately, they are already inside the building and in T3. Baja jumping down, doing a regular default take here, holding the flank while their teammate pushes down and gets a flank drone and starts to get the Mav breach, or starts Mav tricking off the wall. See Jackal here trying to find some feet inside of master bedroom, going into trophy here. Getting the mute jammers, which is honestly, I'm liking that pick. Hong placing down his last mute jammer for his team. Well, running here might be able to get him killed potentially, but Sprout holding the shield in attic here, making sure that no early aggression or rushes happen through the trophy door. We see Hong playing near A site or B site, not sure. Too small of a letter. Oh, Iana losing that gunfight to the K, playing aggressively inside of Swamp. Nice little pick here from the defenders. Baja rotating down, you know, kind of, I would be kind of scared too, pushing this as a solo when your teammate just got fried off of the holes that attackers usually get a free pick off from. Playing aggressive on the map, getting yet another pick. Meeve getting a pick off on Conq on the Mozzie. You know, it's a 5v2, 5v1 now. Joe with just another pick playing in main. Warm Creams getting a pick off on Sprout, and Biggie finalizing and getting a refrag. You know, I'm liking how they've rotated a defense. You know, it seems like they might just be a defender-sided team on a defender-sided map. Yeah. Oh,
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Setting needle candy.
definitely. I would definitely be a little bit scared right now, seeing as though they were up early in the series, and unfortunately now it's a very close game. 3-4 on MeeveFeever's side here. We do see the Caviera pick coming out from the
10 seconds
defenders,
left
which
before insertion.
is not really a common pick, albeit Joe
5
seems to
seconds
be
to go.
playing somewhat aggressively, so I'm kind of hopeful to see
Attackers
how
must
that actually
locate and
works out
defuse
this
the bomb.
round. Meeve positioning in the same exact spot as last round, in the garage. Continuous just playing here, not really going for peeks. Just with the Hibana running outside, making sure that nobody's peeking. Oh, a peek right now would be very nice, getting a pick off on the hard breach here. Seems like Meeve is playing a little bit safer here, just in case.
Attackers drop the diffuser.
Pick here coming off from Meeve. That was a little bit late for some reason on my end. Conq, the Hibana getting picked off, which is really unfortunate since that is their
Bomb
hard
located
breach
by
on
attackers.
to grab the hatches around the map. We do see the Nook here playing around a white window, making sure that the Cav does not flank, which it seems like Baja is currently watching for. Now, this seems like they are aware of the Cavs' position, which is extremely dangerous since the pistol is not the best. And Han getting a nice little pick, exchanging a ton of HP for Blandy, the Zofia here. You know, I'm not really liking Conquistador's positions right now in team play. You know, their entry Zofia and their hard breach are already gone. And I'm not sure for what kind of push they can really do here. He's rotating back down towards site, which is understandable. It seems like they do already have controller blue, which is somewhat
Attackers recovered the diffuser.
relieving. Castling angle on this pixel player. One smoke coming out from like somewhere inside. Yeah, Biggie on the smoke playing insight. Meeve playing a flank still right now. Seems like one is tower stairs. I'm going to try and see Meeve rotate front for that Hong. Unfortunately, not having the reflexes getting down by that nade. Huge picks coming in here from both teams. Biggie with the pick, Cass getting 2 picks.
Attackers
Diffuser
recovered the
is
bomb.
down, Cass picking it up, rotating around long. Meave getting a nice little nitro kill, 1v3 situation, and Sprout finishing the kill on Cass. Nice little comeback. Not comeback, but, you know, regaining their footing from the MeeveFeever here, losing, or wait, gosh, I'm kind of having a ton of question marks in my head currently. I apologize for that. Meave actually securing the round, so 4v4, it's tied in the series.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
You can stop working.
We do see a tertiary site coming out for the defenders here, kitchen and meeting. Or
10 seconds
yes,
to
sorry,
go.
kitchen and meeting. We are seeing vertical play like most teams
5
do. The
seconds
Caps
left
coming
before
out, setting
insertion.
up pretty default castles.
Must locate and defuse a bomb.
Attackers spawning in here. I'm wondering what kind of take they're planning on doing. Potentially some sort of upstairs take to force out the vertical play, and then starting and execute on the site. We do see Meave going for a little spawn peek here, and runs away instantly. Here's top main window getting shot, pausing for a little second. Baja rotating around, seems like he will repel up to tower. Cool Cam droning out bottom tower, and the Zofia is also following up the ace. Big Man's playing the basement here, shooting off the drones and rotating back to site. You know, I'm loving when players do that. You know, they play a little bit aggressive on the drones in a very aggressive angle, and when they get the drone, they just run away. And the enemy team is either forced to be scared of that player playing there, or invest on another drone, which wastes more time. We do see Biggie back on site here. Cass already inside tower. Seems like it is a one-sided take. We're not really seeing any pressure from big windows here, which is typically common. Ace Breach is going out on the attic. Conq, not really sure if he's expecting the 1v5 fight here. Yana just jumping in without... Oh no, it is a clone. Fortunately, I did not see that. Hassel missing around half of his mag onto the Yana clone, which is a little bit unfortunate, but happens to the best of us. Zofia charge going off. Ace is grabbing the breach on attic, which is forcing the Y to play behind the full table here. Not the ideal position you want to really see with my here. Baja not really expecting it though. Lil Pete could just get killed and swung from both players competing. Fortunately, he does not get picked off. There's no each rotate. Blandy taking a ton of damage here. Around 50 HP. They don't have the Finka to boost up their HP. Biggie playing a little bit of an aggressive angle on the tower stairs. Nate coming down from upstairs. Not really hitting anyone. Pong with the early pick. On warm creams here. Actually, not early. Sorry. There's 35 seconds left on the clock. Sprout with very low HP as well. Baja on the same page. 5v4 here. Attack is not looking very good. Biggie getting a ton of damage now. Both Sprout and Biggie are incredibly low. Nothing, not really something you want to see as defenders here. Baja taking a fight with the player in kitchen. Biggie, nice little pick on Cool Camp here with another down.
10 seconds.
Kills are just falling out for MeeveFeever, and a flawless round comes out for the defenders. You know, I don't know, man. I'm just speechless. Honestly. Yeah.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Yeah. Honestly, yeah, I'm surprised that the attackers didn't really notice while they were sitting in tower that, this push just isn't gonna work, guys. Like, they just control so many angles. Somebody could
10
just
seconds
push
left.
from main, get the castle breach off from the split door. Someone can push
5
vertical
seconds
on the
remaining.
big window to try and get a pinch on the castle playing there, or just there
Attackers
just
must
wasn't any
locate and
map
defuse a
control, like you
bomb.
said. Heck no, it's just I don't like you said, it's just the round was over the second their whole entire team entered into tower.
Bomb located by
We do
attackers.
see somewhat of a same-sided push yet again. 4 players on the south side of the map. Coolcam does rotate around Meave on the L here, playing in the same exact position yet again, garage. Not sure why the attackers haven't really noticed this. They just haven't droned it, which is really unfortunate since they could just all pinch the player. Blandy taking a ton of damage on the Ella swinging through main. Excuse me. Meave rotating back to the site. We do see Maverick
drop the
and
diffuser.
I believe the Twitch. Biggie Man's getting a nice little pick on the defense for the player on top of the balcony. Outside Master. Nothing you really want to see, man. The Thermite getting picked off in the first minute of the round. Not, not the most ideal situation for the attackers. Now, I'm really worried how,
Attackers have
since we haven't
recovered their
really seen
diffuser.
them adapt in the middle of the round, I'm worried to see if they're going to adapt in this round. Cast picking up the cues here, playing a little bit aggressive on the trophy player. Biggie Man's exchanging shots with Cast. Ella also, oh, Biggie Man's almost running into Ella's gunfire. You hear one of the Charisma mines going off. Unfortunately, I don't know exactly where it is, but I'm sure the defenders know where. Oh, it seems like main stairs, actually. Jackal pushing up. Let's see if he can use his gadget. One Nitro coming off from the defender side. 5v4 situation with 110 left on the clock and no hard breach. Baja actually already inside attic, but doesn't look like there's much control, which is surprising. This could be an early pick coming off. We do see someone in, oh, unfortunately, on scopes. Bad timing here. Sprout getting a nice little pick off. And Coolcam, unfortunately, wasn't following his teammate, which just didn't allow the refrag. Sprout getting refrag from Coolcam. Big Man's getting a pick off on cast and shooting his teammate in the process. Landy and Coolcam very low HP, as well as both the defenders. Me with a nice little quick peek here and pre-fire. Nice double kill here as well. I'm loving the aggressive swings here from Meave, and it's just getting kills when the attackers aren't really expecting it. And all right.
I remember it used to be $8,000 for 1 Bitcoin.
All right, we are moving back to map 1 here on Oregon. MeeveFeever on match point. So it is potentially going to be closing out the first map within the next few minutes here. If in case you did miss, we are joined here by Arvo nonetheless. Welcome, Arvo. How you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good. It's good to be here. It's good to cast. I'm very
Yeah.
excited for the closer of this match.
Yeah, we were skimming through match chat like Techno mentioned earlier, and we were just constantly seeing the hashtag let Arvo cast, hashtag free Arvo, get Arvo in here to cast. So we're
Attackers need to locate
many
and
of the
defuse
people.
bombs.
So
I think it's important for people, you just gotta give it to them. At the end of the day, it's for them.
maybe indeed. Unfortunately, we don't have a screen currently. So
What's going on?
fortunately, are having some technical difficulties, one might say. There we go.
Shields up.
So watching this from a audience perspective, what are you thinking of the two teams here?
5
To
seconds.
be honest, the
Attackers are
Conq,
moving
they
out
came
to
out
locate a
hot.
bomb and defuse.
They had some very, very strong defensive bullets. They were very confident in their
Attackers' bomb
swings, and
diffuser has been
they were
dropped.
just, quite frankly, just winning their
Attackers
runs.
recovered the
They
bomb.
felt comfortable on the sites they were going, and they just played very well together. However, I don't know what happened. I don't know what's in the water, but Conq with a big 3K to win in the first round, that just really started to get
Bomb located
MeeveFeever's
by
engine
attackers.
going. And following up with that beautiful 3K on the top floor with Cade, with Biggie, was just, that was crucial. And to be honest, I'm not sure if Conq will be able to keep up with the pace that MeeveFeever is playing at right now.
Gathering intel.
There we go, droning out Joe. He's gonna fall back a bit. Rotating down through Laundry. Oh, he's gonna go back up. He's still gonna play upstairs here. Tadors just setting up, getting ready for looks like a back tower take. They're gonna try and
Attackers
just,
dropped the diffuser.
what I believe is, get back tower entrenched and try and open up that B bomb site. That's what really what's, to be honest, what cost them the last time that they attacked down here. And that's just me sitting waiting. Trying to see if someone's gonna go back to that play off that E-box hatch again. Just looks like he's gonna fall off here.
Gemini activated.
Conq to the doors, just slowly taking their time, making sure everything's set up. Jumping out elbow, making sure they know where all the defenders are so that they can just, when they hit sight, they're gonna Conq getting aggressive on these stairs here.
In position.
Warshon potentially putting the attackers at a disadvantage, actually.
They did open up a small little angle front E-box door to watch bottom of tower. Ooh. I'm gonna start creeping into elbow here.
Cover me. Reloading.
Using that forest shown. Conq playing right on the floor. He's in a very, very questionable spot right now. Swinging out. Ooh, and Blaney's puts him down. Good pick. Baja dropping hatch. They are getting really aggressive in this bomb site. 45 seconds left. They need to start taking as much as they can before they can land down. Second smoke running out. Nice swing by Sprout and watching the long haul. They can't walk up now. 33 seconds left. Conquistadors, they got to do something or MeeveFeever's just gonna take the first map. 4v4. 25 seconds left. You gotta watch that clock. They're not really doing anything. They're not pushing up. They're just waiting for something to happen. And
15 seconds remaining.
they need to take something here. They'll close it out. Ooh. Nice kill from Cass. Oh wow! They have just taken the oh my god! They just walked in! They just walked in and won! I am not even gonna lie. They just 15 seconds up on the clock. No one's in any strong spot just to take the site, and they just walked and they won their ones. That was that was very well on Conquistador's part, but that was terrible on MeeveFeever's part.
Yeah, they had a very crucial crossfire setup between Meave and Joe playing inside the bomb site and freezer, and unfortunately Joe decided to back up from the cross angle, and which actually forced him to get picked off, and no trade was able to happen. Very surprised at how just the round was brought
Discover
back
the
by the
location of a
attackers,
bomb.
especially at such a low time that they could work with.
Bomb located by attackers.
Continuing back with match point yet again, 6-5 for MeeveFeever on the defense, going back to their tertiary site on kitchen and meeting here. It says 5v4 for some reason. I don't know why. Probably just a little glitch.
Yeah, that's an easy moment to be
10
sure.
seconds left before insertion.
Ubisoft moment indeed.
I have a question for you, Sirius. What do you think about Conquistador's very slow offensive takes?
Attackers
Because
are
on
moving
almost
to
every
the
single
bomb.
round, they've been slow with just taking space in the map.
It is something that is somewhat worrying. Like we saw on MeeveFeever's side that they would just have a ton of map control within the 30 seconds, and it feels like Conquistadors is rarely even inside the map around the time where MeeveFeever would already have a ton of control, which is kind of concerning. But sometimes you just gotta take it a little bit slow, recuperate, and just make sure you have all the intel as possible, and just get a whole team execute. We are finally seeing some sort of a cross take here, which we were talking about earlier in the stream. Conquistadors only went through tower, which was very just difficult to push through. We are seeing a big main push here alongside tower from Baja and the Gridlock as well. Iana bringing her clone through the big window, getting a little bit of intel of where the defenders could potentially be playing. Hearing the mute jammer go down, cast on the Finca, challenging this big window right now.
Deploying shock drone.
Was he
Like,
just sitting on shelf and we were just watching him juggle at him?
I think so. I don't know. It might have been just a little bit of a spectator glitch. Not too sure, but could have been a potential early pick missed from the Conquistadors, which would have definitely put them in a prime position to execute here. Joe still playing the mute inside of kids. Blandy and Cass still playing on the big window. Baja rotating around to the attic window to try and force out the attic there. Nice nade here coming in from Cass, making it a 5v4 situation. Unfortunately, there is still 1 minute left on the clock, and there's not really that much map control. Hong getting a nice pick off on Cass here. Baja getting the refrag off on Hong. 3v4 right now with 55 seconds left. Already inside kids, playing the vertical, attackers are in a really good position right now, I would say. I'm kind of worried whether they just sit back and just wait until 15 seconds and not really gain intel or map control, which is something we've seen in the past. But, I mean, we saw last round, last 10 seconds, then all the kills just started coming through. All 4 players currently grouped up, pushing down main stairs right now. A little bit of a Congo line. Baja noticing the castle on the split. Seems like potentially some sort of a rush here through split. Oh, it seems like they're actually going to be grabbing the breach here. Blandy's already walking in through split, seeing through the rotate, getting a nice little pick off on Blandy here. 10 seconds left on the clock. Biggie playing aggressive here on the Thermite breach. Thermite not really turning around. Nice little pick off on the Thermite. Cool Cam with the refrag on here. 2v2 with 3 seconds left. Nothing. Meeve just sitting back waiting for them to start planting, and they unfortunately do not start. So nice just defense here, honestly. I mean, match point, and they were able to secure the comeback. 7-5, first map done. I mean, how you feeling about that last round here, Blake?
I honestly thought we were gonna go to overtime there. There was 45 seconds left on the clock. It was like a 4v3, and they had all avert. They had complete vert control. They weren't being contested. Four-man rush through trophy, sent 3 down main stairs, threw a nade at split door, and also opened up the single meeting wall. I don't.
Hello. Rip.
That is
Uh,
just I to be honest, I felt that it was definitely MeeveFeever's round to lose.
Personally, I'm actually leaning more towards MeeveFeever. They were definitely the underdogs coming into this two map series, and I'm just surprised, honestly, with just how they've adapted to their gameplay throughout the map, and Meave playing extremely aggressive, which was actually very beneficial for their team, getting a ton of picks not so much on the attack side, but on the defense side, definitely someone to look for.
I I have to agree. MeeveFeever has just been they have been steamrolling Conquistadors through these past couple of rounds, and especially they're starting off on Villa defense, correct? They, I I I don't know. I feel as though that Villa and Oregon are very similar maps, and uh, they're just gonna keep the train going. I do agree that it's gonna be harder for them to finish on attack, but I think we're looking at like a 5-1 half, and they're just gonna be able to squeak out two freebies, some way, shape, or how, and they're just gonna be able to close out the map. I
Yeah,
will say, oop,
oh, sorry, you go ahead.
last week my team, Purdue Bandits, shameless plug. We did play Conquistadors both on Oregon and Villa, and the first map was a 7-2, I believe, and we just completely swept them. We started on attack first, just like MeeveFeever, and then we just steamrolled them in defense. And then we did also start on defensive on Villa, and I I just feel as though that it's going to be like the same outcome of last week.
Yeah, since you did mention that you did play Oregon against them as well, did you notice any different kind of gameplay or improvements that they made for their game against MeeFeever, or do you think they played relatively the same style and not really changing things that potentially didn't work out in your game?
I think that they did almost everything completely similar. They had people going on attack, for example. They were sending two to attic, and they were sending some up through uh, trophy, getting main breach downstairs. It was like it felt similar. They weren't doing anything different. Um, what I think got them the rounds was that they were playing probably a little bit more aggressive. Cass was showing up, I'd say, more this week than last week. Uh,
Mhm.
but I feel that Conquistadors, they need to switch it up and have a bit different of a play style. Blandy and Baja and even Cass are like the three big people that I guess Conquistadors really need to look for to just get them the kills, get them their space. And they've been getting the space, they've been getting the kills. It's just that they just aren't doing anything with it. This happened last week, it's happened today.
Yeah, it seems like Conquistadors are having a little bit of a struggle just adapting to their gameplay mid-round and prior to the round, which seems like it is just causing them to lose rounds, as you were saying. Just not really being able to do anything with the kills that they do get, and they're just playing slow. It seems like sometimes they have a plan and they start to execute that plan, but as time moves on and certain things around the map changes, they just seem to just stop completely what they're doing. I mean, we did see that one round on basement attack where they were extremely arguably behind and most likely would have lost the round, and they just pushed through and just somehow secured a ton of kills, arguably due to some MeeveFever's players' misplays, but nonetheless, they were able to get that like 10-second site execute and win that off. So I'm hopeful in trying to see if the same exact thing happens here. Hopefully, they have a little bit more time that they can work with if they play a little bit faster throughout the map or round. And I'm kind of excited to see how this map turns out for both teams. All right, Arvo, what kind of bans are you expecting here from both teams?
Um, to be honest, I'm feeling MeeFever is going to be a bit troll. I feel like they're going to be a bit troll. They might ban something out of pocket. That's what I feel. They've been feeling real comfortable these last couple of rounds, doing those little 360s at Meeve. We see those, but hmm,
So
I
we
don't
do
know
see
exactly.
the first ban coming off. Jackal, pretty regular ban, I would say.
Yeah,
Um, let's see
I
what the
agree.
attackers go with here.
He was getting smoked. Yeah,
Sheesh.
he was on pack watch.
You see the Thatcher ban coming out from the Conquistadors here. It's understandable that even though they are starting off an attack, that they really just don't want to deal with the Thatcher on defense as well. So defensive ban coming through Cade as well. So they're going to have to work around with the bandit and potentially the mute as well. So we could be seeing a lot of downstairs play from the attackers, just getting that vertical play and getting all of the bandit charges and mute jammers off the walls to potentially get more angles off on site, which is something that they struggle with on Oregon. We also see the Mira ban coming out from the defenders. Pretty understandable. teams usually don't want to deal with the Mira, as Mira is a very difficult operator push against in, I would say, less coordinated teams, which these teams are still pretty new. We are still in week 2, so a lot of teams aren't really that comfortable with their team members or trusting of their team members, which is completely understandable. So we do see the dock coming out from Sprout here.
Ooh.
Attackers
The
need to
dock is
locate
in.
and defuse as many bombs as they
Sprout
can.
has been, to be honest, that one player that can check a pretty crucial moment. And then that Joe on that entry, he was taking swings and he was winning. And then you just see if he's gonna get aggressive with the dock. Or he's just gonna sit back. It's very reassuring to know that if you do mess up and you get tagged for about a good 60% of your HP, come back to site, get some heals and go right
Attackers
back
have located
up.
a bomb. 10 seconds left.
Indeed. This is a very simple AV ball.
Yeah,
Attackers are heading
I'm
out to
seeing the
defuse a bomb.
Hibana pick here instead of the Ace, which is understandable.
Looks like, yep. Conq is doing my favorite take, an oppo take. My favorite take is white team.
Drone ready.
When we're doing an oppo take, or an oppo take on opposite side of the map, we would typically say oppo about 15 times. Oppo take, oppo take, oppo take, oppo take. Just like
Can confirm.
Dropping me.
we can jump out here. Getting a little aggressive. See the other drone. Oh, does he? There we go.
Also support with the camera default thing here.
Yeah, I was gonna say, who's pinging that?
Taking a look around.
But Cash just holding long, this long angle, just droning out everything, make sure they're free to walk up into trophy and stat. And Cool Cam with that Twitch drone moving up, just trying to find, yep, I think they found one Valkyrie right below the bench there.
I'm out.
Shoots at 90 cam, and they are just walking up. This is big kick from Baja, not just 90 control. Now that is a much faster Conquistadors that we've seen. They've already established basically up till site control. They have 90 control. Looks like they're ready to open up that vault wall so they can start walking in and probably get that default plant right behind the trophy door. Ooh, Nitro. That is a good kill. That is a flank watch on, but I believe she already did her job. Or did she? I don't think she did. There's no tracks on red, or at least the red landing. Probably watching out just for the below. Picking some nades. Oh, wait, no, she's there! Ooh, that could have been dangerous. That could have been dangerous. Good job on Blaney for being able to pick up that kill. Nice practice still on the Sprout. And
Bomb located by
Baja
attackers.
Joe and Steady. 1v4 for Hong. 40 seconds left. See what that chop is saying? Going around to 90. You don't know he's rotating. Ooh. Cassidy, but believe it or not, I've never pulled off a successful oppo take in ranked. It always goes south somehow. MF's throwing my elo, I swear.
True.
Got MFs hiding in like tug spots. MF's missed dronins. Fellas can't hold a cross.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Yeah, a little bit concerned as well for the attackers here. Not really noticing that Meeve is just sitting in the corner. A little bit of a lack of intel coming out from the attackers. Hopefully, they do improve upon that. They did have 2 drones shot early in the map by Meeve with the support of their teammate. But you're seeing the same lineup coming in here for the defenders as well as the same site.
10 seconds left before insertion.
Seems like there's not really a specific
seconds
hard
to
breach
insertion.
player. Baja switching off the Hibana to the Bucks, so they will have
Attackers must
their
locate and defuse
hard
the
breach
bomb.
targets, but not really a specific hard breacher per se. We are seeing an Oppo take yet again. Oppo take, trying to find success that they found so last round. Meeve roaming in kitchen rather than master this time. Seems like Blandy and Cass are the only ones taking from master side, and Creams and Baja taking it more from the northwest side of the map. So it does seem like they're trying to play a little bit more aggressive and take more map control early on in the round. We do see Baja potentially about to jump in here, making off a little head height angle, it seems like, across Boar, to make sure that if anyone were to be roaming, they could secure a kill on them
Bomb
running out. We
located
see
by
Biggie Man's
attackers.
playing a 90 here. Meave still downstairs, Blandy inside of Statuary. Already pushing up, holding off an angle on 90, trying to see if that Malusi was still playing there from last round, potentially getting an aggressive pick if they do play aggressive, which it seems like they might do so right now. Let's see if the Iana out no longer looking at it, making her clone go around, try to find some intel. Warm Creams pushing up in the deer, Kaz droning up the red. Biggie still playing in this 90, potentially a gunfight about to happen here. Aggressively swinging, Iana could potentially get a pick off on Biggie here. Meeve, nice little pick off on Baja, not really sure where that was. Seems like downstairs. Valk also playing there, going for a late Nitro, which happened last round. I want to see if the attackers could potentially remember this fact and not die for a huge Nitro could be coming out. Oh my goodness. One kill and down. Biggie securing that kill, and Blandy getting a refrag on Biggie as well. 2v4 for the attackers right now, not really seeming successful for their Oppo take the second time around. They do have 55 seconds left to work with, and they did just use a Finka boost. Not really sure if they have one more left, but Doc is completely out of sims. Oh, actually, they do have 2 Finka boosts left, so if they do get on low HP, you know, it's not really that big of a deal for them. Meeve aggressively playing a 90 currently, kind of zoned off by these gridlocks on the ground, potentially just having to hold their ground. Blandy and Cass seems like they're playing downstairs to potentially catch off these roamers and vertical Nitro players right now. Conq playing inside the library. They are pushing up the red stairs, going for some kind of a map stake. And Joe getting a huge pick off on the Valk. Cash just doesn't recognize in tunnel visions on the door, doesn't notice that the Valk is playing close up on their left, and Valk able to secure the kill. You know, it's you really don't like to see it when the first round of attack is so successful, and the second round you see the defenders just do a complete opposite sweep. It's like MeeveFeever just completely adapting and capitalizing on the misplays of the Conquistadors coming out here. It's definitely something to be concerned about for the attacker side, and you know I'm just hopeful to see how MeeveFeever improves throughout the map. What about you, Arvo?
I
Defenders,
really
protect your
like
bombs from being defused by
how
attackers.
Meeve was able to recognize that, hey, maybe I shouldn't play so aggro and stat or after. So he rotates down, starts playing in library, and that buck, good on Baja, was like, alright, there was a match before, let's try not to get Nitro. So as Levy tries to just hop in through the first floor bathroom, has some Nitro spots, shoot Nitro's already below there, and he was able to get that kill, and that just all led to ruin with Joe with that huge Nitro, getting a kill and a 2D, you know.
10 seconds to go.
That just basically won the round for MeeveFeever there.
5 seconds left.
Yeah,
That was what was happening.
Yeah, you know, we usually see some high caliber teams sometimes place a flank Nitro cell to make sure that there's no late around player playing downstairs to get a huge Nitro like that, and just Baja unfortunately losing that gunfight, which caused that huge 2-person Nitro.
Try to do it again. Ooh, and he gets an early pick on Diana. That is 2 nades in pocket gone. That is not good. Luckily, they still have 2 more with that gone 6. There's some good bit of utility left. But losing your Iana this early into the round, that is going to be crucial for Conq tadors. And they are just they are meant to be scared to walk to the building now. They are droning everything out. I see what there were 2 people on drones for a second, and finally Luke Warm Creams. My bad. That was Luke's name. Walking in steady, cast taking top main, setting up those flank spikes, and slowly just pushing the AV flashy hall.
Sting is active.
Setting that. Wow, that is another big pick. That is both their nades gone. That is theirs. They are just slowly just losing this round. What do you do in this situation, Swoos? Use both your nades?
Oh wow. You know, I don't really know, man, to be honest. I mean, just getting completely bleeded out from the defenders throughout just half the round and just not really having that really good utility to force out players
Attackers
and
have located a
clear the
bomb.
defenders' utility. It's just a huge plays from the defenders here.
They're
A bomb has been located.
slowly trying to make something work here. Baja, very low HP. Breathe on him, he said. And Biggie. Even tag here. Now, it's looking kind of bleak for the attackers, but the silver lining is that 2 of the defenders are very lit. Which I'm going a big swing from Meeve, and that's going to be, that is not what you want to see. Good followed by Conq. Wamai laying down.
Attackers
Ooh,
have
and
recovered
that's
their
like
diffuser.
Meeve is just everywhere now. That's going to be the disrespect.
Teabag.
Wow. Personally, I would toss him after that.
I would not let that slide, man. Personally,
Yeah.
I would not let that slide.
Hey, that's just me though. That's just me, you know.
I mean, Bradley University fell victim to that in one of our LAN games, actually, where they dropped a question mark on a random window wallbang on me. And, you know, Swouse just never lets that slide, man. We secured the 7-3 victory and and I just trash talked them right next to them to my friends, man. You never let that slide. The question mark or the teabag, man.
Oh,
Come on.
Attackers need to locate and
That's
defuse
just
the
me.
bombs.
we both know where Baja PU comes from. Good old white team, you know. I'm curious if he gets his payback this round. We might just see a 7-2 flip for Conq after that.
Honestly, the second the teabag comes out, oh, the gaming mode just instantly
Bomb
comes
located
out.
by attackers.
You know, I want to see how Baja just comes into this round and just, you know, just gets payback and revenge.
Granted, oh, I'm sorry, go on.
10 seconds
He's
remaining.
on the fragger now.
Oh, he's on the lion. Oh no, back on the
5
finger.
seconds left before
Oh,
insertion.
back on the lion.
I'm playing mystery
Attackers
operators
are
right
heading
now.
out to defuse a
We
bomb.
do see the tertiary site coming out from the defenders here for winning 2 of their defender maps.
Loading new magazine.
Yeah.
Swapping mag.
And wow, it looks like Meeve and Joe are
Attackers have
actually
located a bomb.
together here. Baja taking a ton of damage already. Pulling that Legion mine out. It's a little bit concerning that the wall is reinforced, so he's in terrible position now. Forcing out this line, but unfortunately swings before him. Bait getting a huge hit. Blandy unfortunately was stopping for the line and did not get the refrag. There we go, the refrag, and Blandy getting another kill. 4v3 right now. We're getting very aggressive play here from the attackers right now. Only 45 seconds gone in the round so far, and it's a 4v3 situation with Sprout and Blandy having a decent chunk of their health already being taken out. You know, we saw Baja switch from the line to the Finca, and unfortunately there is no health regeneration for the attackers here. Me potentially not. Oh, it seems like they are aware of the windowsill being open. A little bit of timing of R6 happens right there, and is not able to see a gunfight right there. So we do see me playing, and Sprout taking a little bit of damage of the player inside laundry cast, using his Sophia charges to get rid of that Lucy. Nice little pick off here from Blandy, making it a 4v2 for the attackers right now. I would be kind of scared right now. The cast with a huge double kill right now for the attackers. It's I mean, I love the aggression that they took early on in the round, and they just kind of didn't really pay attention to the vertical play, or I guess there wasn't really any vertical play, and they recognized that. So they just decided to play very fast on a horizontal take, which seems like it paid off.
Respect to Baja for just big dicking it up, pantry stairs with Lion. Um, Please respect to him. I know that me as the registered Lion player for White Team that takes inspiration from me. However, me personally, if I got teabagged last round, I'm walking up pantry
Defenders,
stairs. I'm
protect your
getting
bombs
ace.
from being
No questions asked. I'm not even getting shot once, to be honest. But that's again, that's just me. But hopefully we can see something similar like this in this round. They're going back to upstairs on AV bar. And they're running the same map. They're very comfortable. Actually, my apologies. They swapped out the Malusi for an Aruni.
Camera in position.
I'm curious to see how that is going to affect their play. I feel like the Malusi was a bit better because that would already slow their previously
10 seconds
fast attacks for this round. Or for this map. My apologies.
5
And
seconds to insertion.
Maybe he could just be throwing the DMR, to be honest. There's some
Yeah.
days where you pick up the DMR and you're just.
Unfortunately, they're running the P10 Roni, but it's
Oh,
it's kind of
wait, I wasn't
surprising.
paying attention.
It's kind of surprising to see MeeveFeever, who have been so good at adapting throughout the game, and they recognized that, or they lost the round because of how aggressive the Conq were playing in the previous round, and yet they still decided to switch out the Malusi.
Yeah, I'm wondering how they're gonna play. They have another roamer back in Leaders. That's on Asher shenanigans, and Baja getting a little aggressive on that angle, on that window. And luckily, somehow no one got shot there for that little exchange, but they're slowly pushing through bathroom. They know he's there. Getting aggressive and a good opening frag. No noise. Sounds like someone needs to play. They don't know he's. Oh my!
Oh,
Good night, tuck him in. I'm so sorry, Biggie. I was on the train too earlier, bro. But
Attackers have located a
you just
bomb.
got tucked in. You just got tucked in. Another big pick from Cast. This is they are just falling apart. They're just falling apart. Joe's typing in chat. He's mad. Yeah. Oh, okay. We'll see that. We'll have to Sprout with a good comeback. Ooh, Hong walking up there, getting a good pick on the hard breathe. Ooh, wow, they are bringing this round back. Sprout and Hong. They're not letting this one go. Looks like Hong's about to go back. Ooh, no, he's not. He's going back to 90 there. Trying to get aggressive. Very well here. Cass using those diamond plays to hit a clip on someone for Twitter. They're just chilling.
Scanning for electronics.
Up. Ooh, and finally found the Valve cam that was placed there earlier. But it is 50 seconds and nothing really happening. They are falling back into the same slump of it's a 2-on-2 and they just aren't doing anything. I believe that might be playing now. They know he's. Did they not do default? I don't think they did. Oh, they did. My apologies, they did. They're not wrong. They're the Valve cam there. Cool thing. 20 HP, 20 seconds left. What is the move here? Looking to rotate through study. Gonna take the barband. Yep, that's gonna be game.
wow.
Sprout and Hong just. I don't know how, but they just won the game. They not the one. My apologies. They won the round.
2v5
2v5.
actually. Yeah, yeah, it's just been a problem that we've seen throughout many teams across that we've been spectating, where they've just been up by a huge amount of kills, and they just play way too aggressive, and they just force 1v1s and picks and everything, and it actually just caused them to lose
Defenders,
the
protect
round,
your bombs from
potentially
being defused by
putting.
attackers.
Camera feed up and running.
of just teamwork
seconds left.
misplays coming in from the Conquistadors. You know, Blandy getting picked off earlier in one of the
5 seconds
rounds, just
left
playing
before
solo on the
insertion.
main, and it seems like they really struggle with having two
Attackers
players together to
to
try and
locate
secure
a
that
bomb and
refrag,
defuse
which
it.
is very beneficial for the attackers. We are moving on to the 6th round here. Last round before the half. We are seeing a 3-2 split for MeeveFeever right now, which is somewhat concerning since we wanted to see them up for the defense since due to their previous performance on defense for Oregon. We do see Joe currently sitting in library, a little cheeky angle of the drone, misdroning him, so potentially this Iana could be getting killed here. Joe taking somewhat of a question mark angle there. Blandy noticing that and forcing him out. A little bit of
He
a
hit her?
somehow. Wait, somehow
How did he win that exchange? And then he gets tagged. Okay, wow. He's just not a good day.
Joe
Luckily, they
just
were able to clean up there.
getting down from Baja. Unfortunately, didn't notice the Baja pushing in from Art Studio here. Twitch droning his IQ in, which is something that we haven't really seen. But we do see me roaming in the kitchen, or could potentially be basement. Not too sure off this perspective. Does look like basement actually, rotating up towards
Bomb located
pantry to
by
kitchen
attackers.
right now.
Taking Gemini for a spin.
We are seeing 1 minute 40 left on the clock, and a DC coming from the defense here. 3v5 right now. Really unfortunate. Unfortunately, they have to play out the round and can't replay the round. Let's see if the Conquistadors actually get too aggressive yet again and potentially lose this 3v5 right now. There's their first coming pick from the defenders. Me with a huge pick on Baja. That's their IQ and intel for utility just being off the board. Warm Creams kind of watching the flank even though they have the gridlock set up. But Biggie taking a ton of damage. Fortunately, they do have the 3 dock sims to get Biggie back up to perfect shape, making sure that their teammates are nice and healthy. Cool Camp taking a ton of damage. Blandy with a nice opening pick onto the site. Meave getting picked off. Nice Blandy with another kill here. Blandy with 2 kills. You know, I'm not really surprised with that DC in the early pick for the attacker side, but you know, it's with the aggression of the defenders, you know, I was hoping to see potentially somewhat of a closer round, but you know, seems like Conquistadors did take somewhat of a slower approach and made sure that they had all the intel that they needed prior to making an execute onto site, which is definitely something positive about the team.
I think I know what happened. I think I know what happened.
But it,
Baja was furious that Hong walked off 90, and he's like, "All right, you
Welcome back. As Caden said, unfortunately, Arvo did have to leave due to needing to get ready for work. And in place of Arvo, we do have SpongeBob joining us as our casting officer for the club, and he's stepping in. How you feeling today, SpongeBob?
I'm feeling all right.
That's good to hear. What are your thoughts so far on the matches that have been going on between MeeveFeever and the Conq tadors?
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
It's been pretty good so far. I think mostly been about how MeeveFeever has made it a see how it goes
Attackers have discovered the location of a
So
bomb.
now we are seeing the Conq tadors starting on the defense here rather than the attack previously. We did have to switch after the rehost. Or, sorry, we did finish the half after, before. Well, I guess we just had to switch because the round. But we are seeing around the same exact setup coming in from the defenders as we saw on MeeveFeever. Unfortunately, the stream did end, so we are not able to get visual, but they are running the Aruni instead of the Malusi. So the aggression of MeeveFeever's team that we saw on Oregon could potentially be accelerated. We are seeing somewhat of a direct and oppo take in a way. We are seeing Zofia and not sure who else pushing in from the master side. Conq is roaming over here in the statuary. Zofia taking some shots towards the bricks door, which seems like it does not scare Conq. He is still holding his ground. Sprout on the Zofia here, trying to gain control of master currently. Joe already inside Memo right now, holding an art and potentially a red player running down to get some sort of a flank. Conq potentially could be caught off guard if Joe starts pushing up. Seems like he is playing towards clock right now, shooting the cam, which Conq just doesn't notice. Meev with a huge pick off. Meev with 2 picks, actually, starting off with a 5v3 for the attackers in the half. Meev is actually already in the site. The little downplay for not having a Malusi for the defenders. Cass getting a pick off on Joe. Cass getting yet another kill on Hong, equalizing the 3v3, 140. We do see a player still outside the map. Cass taking the gunfight on Meev inside the site. Let's see if he gains, if Meev gets any support here. Meev playing an aggressive, getting a nice trade and down. DBNO on Cass here. Cass trying to find his teammate to pick him up. Conq getting a pick off on Biggie. Is now a 1v2 situation. Sprout trying to secure this first round of the half for his team. 1 minute 10 left on the clock. He still does have a drone left and is running the LMG, so it's completely winnable. Picking up their other teammate. It is now a 1v3 situation. 1 minute left on the clock. Cass does have low HP, and they are not running any kind of Doc or Thunderbird, so they unfortunately can't get their health back. But I'm excited to see how Cass plays here, whether he still continuously plays aggressive like he has been, or if he's just using himself as bait for his team. Sprout pushing up aggressively through classic policy. Nice little flick off on Cass, getting damage to the keyhole with the vault right now. Sprout challenging that right now, trying to rotate towards the diffuser to pick it up. He does look towards main here, which could have been catastrophic for Sprout here. Unfortunately, Conq swings and Sprout looks away at the wrong time, and Conq is able to secure that kill, putting the defenders up for the half. You know, it was a little bit scary to see Sprout securing some kills as well as the DBNO on Cass there, but defenders have been able to secure that round. What are your thoughts on that round, SpongeBob?
I'm a little confused as to why Zofia was holding red flank when his entire team was pushing in. I thought that was a little bit weird because I left him in a 1v3 instead of him trying to help. But he did make a good attempt at the end. He just didn't know there was someone top main, and then he just got caught in the crossfire.
Attackers need to locate and defuse
a little bit of a misplay since he did have still one drone. So I would have liked it if he were to take a little bit more time and just make sure that to potentially even drone out the site or put a drone top main just so his teammates could watch it. But we are moving on to the second round of the half, and a master site this time.
Seems like a pretty standard hold right now. cams. Two cams. Get into their mental, I guess. I don't know. He's asking if he wants to buy dinner.
10 seconds to go.
We have been seeing a Legion pick be relatively common throughout most teams in this tournament.
Attackers have to locate the
What
bomb.
do you think could be potential reasons of this, SpongeBob?
I mean, I think, to be honest, everyone just wants to play super aggro in here, so just having the Legion helps shut down plays. For example, if they, having better placed Legions might have helped prevent me just running into sight and getting two. So, stuff like that.
Yeah, those blue mines forcing the attackers, take a step back if they don't notice blue mines on the ground.
Yeah, well, mine here playing a little aggro on master door, looking towards the master windows. But the attackers are going mostly towards closet here. He's not really sure what else is going on. Oh, they got the bandits from below, so the wall is pretty free right now. Not exactly sure. Oh, so they're looking to get the wall open, do a master overtake. Two people on valve. Not really sure where the rest of the defenders are, because it seems like Lamai's the only one in sight. Legion has a good hold onto the Astro steps. One's gonna go on Astro window to prevent him from holding that throw. It seems, first pick onto Baja from Sprout. That's a really nice pick. And now, they're going to pick up Astro steps and Astro window. This is a pretty easy pinch on the Astro.
Located above.
Warframe's correctly is falling fast. I don't hold Astro anymore. So, right now they have all the control they need. Theoretically need. Oh, the cast. It's fucking sits on their thermite. Luckily they still have ace to get the breach open, but it seems like they're all in Astro. They just run in, and so it gives a freebie for Morphin down a 1v4, and just, wow, that was honestly a little bit confusing. Because they had Astro control and Master control. So if Thermite died, they could have just gone for the wall, but they all elected to go up Astro, which is interesting.
Yeah, a little bit of a misplay from Meeve there, vaulting over the Astro little hand railing there, which was able to secure a kill for the defenders. It was a little bit troubling since it seemed like just all the kills just started just flowing out in the round. Like they did start to execute, but it seems like they just potentially just didn't have enough intel or counterplay from different sections of the map. Everyone was pushing from Astro, which is usually understandable, but sometimes you have one or two players even pushing in from 90, trying to force out that player in gear from swinging aggressively onto the Astro when their teammates are pushing through. But we are seeing the tertiary site for the defenders here going to kitchen and what is that, I believe dining? Not yeah, kitchen dining here. We are seeing a vertical hold here. Baja reinforcing the left two walls this time. Something I haven't really seen. Rotate going through the right side of the wall as well. We're seeing somewhat of the same setup here, but instead we have a Thunderbird and a castle to help hold. We're seeing Joe on the Ash running out this time. I want to see the aggression of the R4C here. We have Meeve on the Twitch now as well. No IQ this time, which is understandable since they can't really utilize the IQ. We do see the castle holding an angle on dining. However, there is a drone on it, so if he does swing, the intel will come out and potentially a pre-fire on the castle here with Joe. Potentially, it looks like Joe's just droning for himself, and nobody's really trying to capitalize on the information that he had. Missing the barricade, unfortunate. Seems like they are doing somewhat of a direct and vertical take, casting a little bit aggressively on this laundry door currently, dining door, I apologize. And Coolcam playing a little bit aggressively in bikes at the moment, trying to find out if he could potentially get a kill on Joe if he starts backing up here. Warm Creams and Hong exchanging some damage here. Hong getting downed, unfortunately. Biggie Man's getting the first pick off for the attackers here, getting Baja out on the Legion, and Meeve getting another pick off on Warm Creams. That is Legion currently out, which means no more goo mines or the refusal of different doorways. Ash just running in and sprinting, which is a little bit questionable here. Han being picked up here. Now with a 4v3 situation for the attackers. Not looking very good for the defenders, however. The vertical play is starting to come out for the attackers, which is definitely something to worry about for the defenders here. 1 minute and 5 seconds left on the clock, and it seems like the defenders are taking more of just sit back on site approach here. Bandit could potentially pull off a kill here off site. Seems like they are in a gunfight, and Conq is able to secure that kill, equalizing the fight to a 3v3 right now. 50 seconds left on the clock here. Sprout pushing towards Memo, potentially getting a kill off on the Bandit here. Bandit actually rotated back towards site, and Blandy with a huge pick on the Thunderbird to Biggie Man here. With a 2v3 now, Hong with a kill off on Cass, making a 2v2. 30 seconds left on the clock, and it seems like Sprout yet again does have a drone, which potentially they do have enough time to drone through. Sprout pushing through Hong, rotating around the bicycle, trying to go for a teamwork memo play here. Hong getting picked off by Conq, sitting inside of Dining. Sprout left in a 1v2 situation. 10 seconds left on the clock, trying to make it a 45. Exchanging some shots between Bandit. Nitro coming through. Sophie's already does notice that though, but Conq is able to secure the kill off on Sprout. Now it was a relatively well played out round for both of the teams here actually. A little bit of coordination issues, a little bit of a misplay of Joe just sprinting in through Laundry when he knew that Cast was playing somewhat aggressively on the swing. So that was potentially a bit of a misplay or just misinformation or intel, which did cause them to lose their entry fragger for their team. But you know, Conq tadors going on to match point here, not really being contested that much from MeeveFeever. Baha unfortunately going 0-3, but he's very good at hyping his team up. You know, potentially he's getting revenge for that teabag that Meev did earlier on in the map here. And we are seeing somewhat of the same composition coming out from the defenders. They have switched out the Aruni and I believe Doc. I don't remember exactly too sure what they ran previously, but they are running the Melusi now to get the Banshee set up to possibly prevent MeeveFeever from playing incredibly aggressive. We do see Hong on the hard breach here, and Meev going on the sledge.
Attackers
I think they'll want to use the Maestro to get an intel to make sure no one just walks up on them. It seems like MeeveFeever are switching up their take a little, going for study take instead of doing the master over, which is good just to switch it up, make sure you're not predictable. It seems Sledge is the only one going from the study side. I'm interested to see how they work main side versus me that controls the study take. Usually, I kind of want to see where Joe is at. But Joe seems to be on the other side of the map right now, towards bottom Astro. So he's working Astro side, while his team's doing study too. Meev with the first pick onto Bandit. He's already placed down his util, but that's a C4 off the board, which can be very impactful in the late rounds. So still don't have top game control though, so Box always kind of, oh! And Maestro gets the pick on the Finko. That's a very big pick. Mates down, all of your heals. You can just walk up main stairs. They're not droning it. Now going ahead with the drone, which is a bit of a misplay there. Meev gets a trade back onto Cass. That's the Wamai down, so no more Wamai discs for him. Now Joe seems to have given up the master side take and go for more of a study take. Even if he doesn't get point from red side over. So now it seems like they just want to play super aggro here and maybe try to go for an execute. Might want to. Oh, Meev just gets wallbanged. So an effective 2v3. Oh, but now he gets a trade back in 2v2. Hong down to 1 HP, but he gets the kill anyway, so now it's a 2v1. Extremely winnable for Blandy here. He knows he's planting, but he doesn't know exactly where the other person is covering from. He could maybe see this, but he just doesn't go through enough. He gets the pick. Now Joe, both on 100 HP. Joe does have the better weaponry. Blandy seems to have a general idea where Joe is. He's not gonna close the left, but doesn't
Attackers need
seem
to protect the
like Bland
diffuser
is
with
a little
position
indecisive
compromised.
here. And try to tap the diffuser, see if he can get any intel. He seems to know exactly where Joe is right now, so it's all about trying to make sure that Joe plays this correctly. 1v1, trading shots, going for the pick. Oh, they're both whipping. Joe is also whipping. Oh! And wow, MeeveFeever get the final round attack.
That was a very interesting gunfight to see in the 1v1 situation here for the match point. Both running out of ammo on their primary weapons. You know, I would say the smoke coming out was actually somewhat of a misplay on the attacker side. I feel like Blandy could have definitely put on a little bit more pressure, potentially double tapping the diffuser to try and make it seem like they're he's sticking the diffuse, which would force
Defenders,
the
protect your
Joe
bombs
to
from
play
being
a little bit
defused
more
by attackers.
aggressive and potentially could have secured a kill earlier. But you know, I'm liking the win from MeeveFeever right now. Going back to the match point, same exact site here, same exact operator lineup for the defense, and I believe the same exact lineup coming in from the attackers as well. MeeveFeever just hoping to get somewhat of a similar round, potentially trying to change it up or keep it the same rather. I apologize. We did see a little bit of a misplay from Warm Creams, actually fat fingering his melee key when they were starting to execute site, which was a little bit unfortunate. Not really being able to give back a fight, which is something you never really want to see. Around the same exact setup coming in here, a little bit of client side greed here, which is a little bit unfortunate, so we can't see exactly what Warm Creams is looking at, but a little bit of an aggressive angle for such a crucial operator, taking some shots. Unfortunately, none of them are connecting. 30 seconds left, or 30 seconds have gone by in the round. Joe is already inside mud. It seems like Bandit is playing towards Master side. They are doing some sort of a direct to vertical take, except for Joe, I believe, pushing it from the other side of the map. Astro side, if I do recall correctly. Cass is doing some sort of a peek here. Baja with an early pick off on the attackers for Joe. Joe was playing solo. Biggie getting a nice little kill off on Warm Creams, a little bit playing too aggressive for the Maestro. Baja whiffing with the SMG-12, unfortunately. Meeve securing that kill, as well as Sprout getting the kill off on... Meeve getting the kill on Cool Cam, and Sprout getting the kill off on Baja. Now we're in a 4v4 situation. Could potentially be bringing it back to 5-6 in the series. Cass taking some shots with the Zofia right now. So Finka charge, or Finka boost wearing out relatively soon. Sprout walking right into Cass crosshairs, unfortunately. 3v2 now for the defenders. 1 minute 25 left on the clock. I want to see the attackers take a little bit more time to make sure that they don't take too much damage or get any picks off. But Biggie getting a nice buff on Cass with Blandy left, 5 HP, and Meeve securing the final headshot on the Melusi, pushing in through bar. And you know, I'm liking that MeeveFeever are not really giving up. They know that Oregon, they completely destroyed the Conquistadors on on defense. And, you know, they didn't really find success that much on attack, but it seems like they are starting to gain back their momentum after the rehost. It was a 3-3 split, and they unfortunately did go down, I believe, 4-6 or so, and they've or 3-6 or something like that, and they've just brought it back to 5-6 on match point. Definitely have potential for it to reach overtime here, which would be very interesting to watch.
Defuse as many bombs as they can.
And if I'm not mistaken with the point system, like, I think if you go to OT, you get less points than in regulation. I'm not exactly sure about that, but that is the case. It could hurt you in the long run, especially because you can't get eliminated with these group stage matches, but this does affect you, which can very much affect how you play in the playoffs and how far you go, theoretically. So, It seems like Conquistadors, they want to be doing the trophy stat take, or defense. War Cream's having a little bit of trouble going through the rotate. So seems like Baja is going to be setting up a side defense to make sure they're not able to take easy early control
Attacker's
there.
objective is to defuse a bomb.
It looks like everybody on the attack spawn fountain side. They might be doing a master direct take. Oh, never mind. 2 people are going to go study side. So could be doing a little bit of a split take maybe. Not exactly sure. I'm interested to see where Joe goes. From what I've seen, really usually likes to be a bit of a lurker. Tries to play a little disconnected from the team, then goes for the plays. Hasn't had exactly the most success, but it could be very impactful in this last round to bring it to
Bomb
OT.
located by attackers.
So it seems like they've mostly gone over to master side overtake. Having the same setup that they did in the previous rounds. Trying to hold on to the closet to make sure they can't go down for free. Last round it did cost them their hard breach. Oh, an early fight. No one really gets hurt, but they are aware of the danger. Joe gets taken out by
Attacker's bomb
Baja.
diffuser has been
I'm
dropped.
downstairs, so that's the lurker gone.
Attackers have recovered
And
their
without any
diffuser.
IQ, it's going to be pretty hard to get rid of any more bandit batteries. So, someone else is going to have to go downstairs, but they do already use Ether. Okay. They're all running to Astra now. Still a 3v3 now. Attackers do have control diffuser. Hong down is a 2v3 for attackers. They do have Astra control. Now it's a 1v3. Could be the very last round. Still on Master Balk. He's taking back. Coolcam is taking back from control, making sure he can't jump in for free. A really hard situation for I'm not really sure what much else he can do. He has 1 mate left, which he could use for Master Balk, but there's not much else he can do. He's just trying to wait a little bit to see if he can get any picks. Defense is smartly playing this passive, making sure they don't get 3 picks. But the E-Man is going to have to hope that they do a lot more. One may get caught by the one Midas. So he's going to have to keep trying to take pot shots and hope that he's able to get a pick back. Slowing down a little for the defense. Trying to keep playing passive. Oh! The Cass gets the final kill, and that's a 7-5 win for them. And very well deserved win.
That. Wow. You know, I'm kind of upset or disappointed at how Meeve played that last round. It seems like there was a